I think we've all seen the grocery store plastered in the high protein options these days. It's nothing new. I myself have done a high protein diet and I've talked about it here on this channel quite a while ago at this point. But for me, it wasn't sustainable to maintain a high protein diet. Currently, I have a little bit more varied diet. I still focus on making sure I get enough protein, but I'm also worried about like the fiber content and just like the general enjoyment of food as opposed to focusing in hard on it like I was, which is partly why I don't track calories at the moment. And while there's a lot to be said about diet culture and all of the everything, I still want to be able to, I don't know, have a healthier sweet treat, which is the basis of this video, why you're watching it, I hope. But I have grabbed a few different protein bars from my local grocery store of varying, how would you say it, like protein content. So we have the Built Puff bars. I grabbed 2 of those flavors. We have the barbell flavors, or barbell protein bars. I grabbed 2 flavors of that. And then we have something that I would not consider high protein, but it was in that section, which are the Redefine Skippy peanut butter cookie things. And so for this video, I'm ranking them as sweet treat alternatives. What does that mean? Would I grab them as a sweet treat or on a road trip or just out and about and I need a little pick-me-up and I want something that kind of fits that sweet treatness? So, especially since a lot of these are labeled with very like candy flavors, the Built Puff bars in particular, one of which we have is churro, the other one is mint chocolate ice cream, that really sounds like it wants to be my sweet treat. So I have a selection of those, 2 of each, and we are going to try them over the course of a week or so, however long it takes me to make this video. I'm kind of trying to not just sit down and eat a whole bunch of stuff. So that's what we are going to be doing, and by the standards of this video, and why I'm saying Redefine is not really a high protein option, is because the kind of basis I've seen online is take the protein content, so for example, if it is 10 grams of protein, and compare it to the calories. If it is 100 grams of protein, or excuse me, 10 grams of protein, if it is 100 calories, that is a decent amount. If you put a 0 behind the protein content and then compare that to the calories. So 10 grams of protein, add a 0 at the end, that's 100. If it's 100 calories, that's a decent amount of protein for that calories. Now, if it's 5 grams of protein, so 50, and then 200 calories, not really the best protein source. That's just sort of the rule of thumb I've seen online. So that's kind of what I believe is like the thing now on how people are evaluating. So that's the metric I'm gonna use for protein content. I don't feel like I'll probably talk about it too much other than for the oatmeal cookie ones, which do not meet that at all. The barbell bars are on that line. The Built Puff, they exceed it. It's like 17 grams of protein for 140 calories. But all that being said, we are going to get into the taste test. Are these good sweet treat options? You know, the healthiness, whatever, but sweet treat alternatives. I hope me having laundry going isn't too distracting. I am going to try the Built Puff mint chocolate today. I love mint chocolate ice cream. It's got a picture of it on the front. So we are going to give it a go. And I have tried other Built Puff bars before, and I think it's very accurate when people say it's kind of marshmallowy texture. All of the ones I've tried I've liked, but there haven't been like one that's like super standout, especially because these things are freaking expensive. It's kind of silly how expensive they are. Right off the bat, it smells like a Thin Mint. It has just been at room temperature, by the way. I know a lot of people pop them in the freezer and get kind of that Charleston chew texture, but here is what it looks like. Oh, Not as minty as I thought it would be. Less strongly mint than I would say a thin mint and all of that. It's more that chocolatey first. And honestly, it has good chocolate at first, and then it kind of morphs into a little bit of that proteiny chocolate. Like, not quite right. Texture I like, it's the same as every other Built Puff bar I've tried. It smells more minty than it actually tastes. A little bit disappointing, but I think with a glass of milk or something else to, you know, wash it down with, it'll be tasty. Would I buy a box? I don't know. Kinda mixed on this one. I feel like I enjoy the peach ring sour Built Puff bar. Goggins jumped on the thing next to me. I think I prefer the sour peach ring Built bar more, just because it strongly is a sour peach ring, whereas this is kind of chocolate mint. That's the first of 6. How many did I get, Guggy? Little boy wants to pee. Look at little Guggy. I'll see you next time I try one. So I haven't had breakfast yet, so while the coffee is brewing, I'm going to give the Built Churro a try. So I tried the mint yesterday, which you saw, and after I cut the camera and stuff, my husband tried it, and he said that he really liked it and that it reminded him of a mint, like a York peppermint patty. And my own, like, I relayed how I kind of felt about it, like I said to you guys, and I said that it doesn't feel so strong of mint like a peppermint patty. Like, it doesn't quite hit that ultra mint, but we both agreed that we liked it. It just, for me, it wasn't quite hitting the mark. So I am curious about the churro, if it'll actually taste like a churro. It shows imagery of it with chocolate. So I'm expecting like cinnamon sugar chocolate. I wonder if it'll get like that. It kind of has like a little bit of an eggy dough, in my opinion, like for a churro. Like, there's a slight bit of egginess when you eat them. It has the same, I believe the same calories. It definitely has the same amount of protein. So we're gonna give this a try, and it looks like my coffee's almost done brewing, so it'll be a nice little, maybe not complete breakfast. I might have some yogurt also, but it's got the same like chocolate outer coating. It smells like cinnamon sugar, so we are going to give it a try. Like I said, I'm very curious on if it'll get like the actual churro-ness or just cinnamon sugar with chocolate. I think that's better than the mint chocolate, and I love mint chocolate. You definitely get like the chocolate outer coating first, and then you get like the sweet brown sugar cinnamon flavor. I'm not entirely sure if I would say churro from first bite, but it's really good. It's really close to what I would hope. Like, this definitely meets the candy bar type status. The mint chocolate obviously is candy bar-esque, but I don't know, maybe I just have too high of standards for mint chocolate compared to churro. I don't think that it necessarily meets eating an actual churro like what Costco used to have, but if you've ever had just straight up churro cinnamon sugar marshmallows, because this has such a marshmallowy texture, it gives me that. So it's like in the same family as churro, like it's labeled as churro flavor. Maybe not necessarily the churro itself, but I feel like this is a good choice if you don't really have options for churros and want that cinnamon sugar chocolate flavor. There's something in the back of the throat that it reminds me of something. It reminds me of Abuelita's hot chocolate. Yeah. So I would rate this higher than the last one. I'm not really rating them, but I'd say between the two, I'd probably pick up this one before the mint chocolate. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy this with my coffee, and then I'll be back whenever I try the others. We are done with the Built Puff bars that I purchased, so it'll be on to the barbells. We have 2 barbell flavors and then 2 Skippy Redefine or whatever the brand is called, cookie sandwich things. Yeah. So we had game night last night, so I'm feeling a little sluggish this morning. We didn't even like stay up that late, but we had some of my friends over and we played some games, caught up because we haven't like hung out in a long time. One of them we see more frequently, but another one lives out of the country, so it's more rare that we see them. So yeah, I just got my coffee and I plan on working out, which is why I'm wearing like my workout top and yoga pants and have my hair still in curlers. But we are going to try the Bear Bells Wild Cherry. So I have tried a few Bear Bells, and by the like standard I'm kind of approaching this video with, of like a sweet treat that's a little bit better for you, the Bear Bells definitely have that like candy bar alternative taste. I've tried the Creamy Crispity, it's like a salted peanut, and then a like cashew nougat, I believe, and those definitely hit the mark of being like a candy bar. I'm highly impressed with like texture and everything. They aren't fully candy bar, but I would pick them as an option for like that sweet treatness. So I'm intrigued by doing the wild cherry, and then we have key lime to try, which I'll see when, tomorrow perhaps, but this is the wild cherry. We're going in for it. After this, I'm going to do my workout. I'm kind of trying to get back into strength training, but kind of easing myself back into working out in general by doing like the walking pad and stuff that I know is easy and I can kind of be a little more mindless. Strength training, I kind of need to be in the zone. But right off the bat, opening the package, you get that sweet, almost cereal bar scent. Yeah, it smells like a cereal bar and a little bit of that kind of cherry. Not like a cherry jam, not like an actual cherry, but kind of like that, a little bit cough syrup cherry. The other ones I've tried are like, they have the more traditional milk chocolate, dark chocolate coating instead of white chocolate. Yeah, it kind of smells like a biscotti in a way. Like a little bit of that almondness. Let's give it a go. I would definitely pick this over one of the Built bars if I wasn't craving like a gummy candy, and the Built bars have a lot of, the puffs have a lot of those like sour gummy type candy flavors. Hi, doggy. I would pick this over like the mint chocolate or ones that I'm thinking like more of a candy bar. This tastes really good. It has a little bit of that slight sourness that you would expect from like a citrus, but paired with kind of that not quite natural cherry flavor. And then the white chocolate type coating isn't too sweet. Like, I feel like this is just very balanced in flavor. I'm gonna go in for another bite. Yeah, I think this is the best of the ones we've tried for this video. I'm hesitant to say that Bear Bells has been my favorite, but it kind of feels like I'm kind of onto it now. And I have had one outside of like making video to, I don't know, I didn't have breakfast that day, and so I just needed something kind of quick and easy, and it totally like has that candy bar energy. This one also has it. The one I ate the other day was the Creamy Crispity, which kind of has like a coconutty kind of chocolate, but man, like the balance of sweetness and a little bit of acidity, it's not too much, and then it has like the squishy texture that they've somehow made more nougaty as opposed to just like, I don't know, when you eat like a Premier protein bar, it has just not quite the right nougat texture, paired with the fact that they have like this puffed cereal of sorts like in the coating. I don't know, I feel like this is really good. I have pretty good expectations of the key lime because my mom's tried it and she said that it was really good, but man, I'm impressed by the cherry. I was worried that it would be too proteiny and kind of like cough syrup because, I don't know, certain flavors like cherry kind of lean into that because they use it so much in cough syrup, but man, this is really good. And like, it has the decent ratio, not the best ratio out of the protein bars, but it's really good. I'll see you for key lime. My expectations are really high, so, and maybe I won't have as much to say about the key lime because I've just raved about this, but Go to the couch. Couch? That's not the couch. So it hasn't been that long at all. In fact, I just kind of tidied the kitchen, mostly off camera, and I'm just so impressed by the cherry one. I like saved a piece for my husband to try. I'm so impressed by the cherry one that I feel like I kind of have to try the key lime. I'm not going to eat all of this, but I just want to try it so bad and kind of compare it directly to the cherry one. I raved about the cherry one for so long. I don't know how I'm going to edit that down, but okay, key lime has the same white chocolate. You can actually see the green through it. Like on camera, it looks even more green. I can't quite place it, but it's not like a key lime pie. It's sort of just like, just a general liminess. It's more of a like a coconut lime as opposed to just like sniffing a lime. Kind of smells like that. So we're gonna give it a test. So I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see this, but the lime one has a more solid filling for like the lime green flavor versus the cherry. The cherry is a little bit more gooey jam-like. It seems like about the same layers on both, but I don't know. This one, it has the lime flavor and like, but the texture's not quite the same as the cherry. Like this one feels a little firmer, a little more like what I expect from a protein bar. It kind of smells the same bitten into. The textures for like the crispity crunchity little bits, I don't know if they're puffed rice, I just should look, but I don't know, it's just not quite the same texture wise. The white chocolatiness is basically the same as on the cherry. It's not quite. There's something about it. I'm gonna take another bite. And I get that key lime flavor. I just wish there was more of it. The cherry, I feel like, had more of the cherry flavor. This just isn't quite that. Still get a nice lime flavor. Texture's all right. Wish it was a little bit softer or more like the cherry one. The layer of the lime is just not as gooey. It's more solid, which I think maybe plays into that. But man, I don't know. I feel very mixed on the lime because the cherry was so good. I was gonna try the lime first, but when I saw the cherry in the drawer, and then that got me so excited. But next is the peanut butter cookies that are barely protein at all, so. It would be cool if they did. I'm only doing the 10 seconds it says, not hitting the 30-second button and forgetting. All right, so we have the last ones of this taste test. It is the Skippy oatmeal cream pie redefine high protein, which is, it's laughable because it's 15 grams of protein for a full one of these cookies, and it's for both flavors, regular Skippy and then chocolate Skippy, and over like 320 calories for each. So not really high protein by the standards that we're kind of going off of, but it might be a good sweet treat, so.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much have the excuse of, oh, it's peanut butter, there's protein.
Yeah, it's like you see it nowadays of milk being labeled high protein, and it's like, yeah, it's milk.
It's milk, yeah.
Yeah, so we are going to just go in. Let's try the original first.
Original
They're kind of
first.
sticky.
Oh, it's crumbly.
Yeah, I put them in the microwave for the recommended 10 seconds.
Dink it.
Just tastes like a normal Nutter Butter, but oatmeal cookie.
And very dry.
It's weirdly both dry and sticky.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
It tastes good.
Not really a replacement for a sweet treat. Let's try the chocolate variant. Boop.
Don't smell chocolate.
Smells like a cupboard. Tastes good. I would prefer the original, just normal peanut butter version.
It has less peanut butter flavor than the regular peanut butter, and not enough chocolate. I'd pass this one. Yes, I like the other one more.
Yeah, they have the same texture, and in terms of sweet treats that are healthier, this is never going to be like an actual healthy option, unless I guess if you're bulking. But it doesn't really fit into the higher protein sweet treat. I feel like the Bear Bells, not barbells, Bear Bells, you've tried.
That's the
the cherry
key
and the
lime.
key lime.
Those were good.
Yeah, those were good.
The cherry tasted like the old school Philadelphia cheesecake bars that were from the 90s and aughts.
Yeah, so Connor's tried all of these sweet treats. Other than these ones, he's tried them off camera. And we kind of have similar thoughts. Connor preferred the mint chocolate over the churro. I preferred the churro, but we both agree on the cherry. So of these, I think the cherry is probably the one we would grab if we were in need of a sweet treat that was healthier.
I genuinely like the cherry one. And then this one, if it was in a bag of snacks, I might grab the regular one. But if that cherry one was there, I'd grab that.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's what we think of these ones so far.
Skippy.
Yeah. Skippity-doo-dah. So there you have it. Those are the thoughts on all of these protein options and not so protein options as an alternative for a sweet treat. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you join me again on my Flock and Squawk some other time. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye. I think at this point we've all seen high blah 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 blah. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather.